Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. I hope you all got a little bit of sleep last night. I almost didn't. I was a little bit too excited because if you didn't know, Chelsea have announced the signing of Timo Werner. He's done a little video. It's bloody beautiful, I tell you what. He might sound a little bit shy, but Timo Werner is a Chelsea player next season. We can stop thinking it's not been announced yet. Is he still going to sign? Are Liverpool going to swoop in and steal him from our clutches? It's not happening anymore. Timo is a blue, and it is the start of something big at Chelsea Football Club. And I started a little song yesterday on social media, and it goes a little bit like... No, Timo is a blue, Timo is a blue. I think that needs to get going a little bit more. I want you guys to send me videos on Twitter of you singing that song, and I'm going to put it together into a little compilation. So if you want to be on the channel, send me a vid on Twitter. But obviously with the news of Timo Werner, it kind of overshadows the biggest news of the week, which is the return of Chelsea Football Club on the actual pitch playing the game of football, which I don't know about you, but I am so excited for Sunday afternoon. It's going to be Sunday night here in Bali. The kickoff time is 11:15 p.m, I believe, here in Bali. If I got that wrong, I'm going to need to sort myself out. But I'll be doing a live stream here on the George Benson football channel. So put yourself in your diary a little note saying mute the commentary on the TV and then watch both the stream and the match at the same time. That's what I'm hoping you guys are going to do. We're going to do a little watch along together. So Chelsea, they go to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, clean sheet at home to Sheffield United. Although, realistically, we need to be looking at that game as a loss to Aston Villa because of the goal line technology fast denying Sheffield United a goal. Aston Villa, they actually look quite good. I thought they were very compact. I thought they looked dangerous from set pieces with the height they have in the team. Jack Grealish is obviously going to be a player that Chelsea need to keep an eye on, and I'm going to build a team today in this Chelsea match preview for Aston Villa away that I think not only gives respect to the players that played so well before the coronavirus, but we're going to deal with that Jorginho suspension, and we're going to try and combat the ability that Aston Villa have to cause Chelsea some problems. So first things first, Aston Villa playing a game against Sheffield United. We don't really know if that's a good or a bad thing for Chelsea at this point. It could be bad because playing 2 games in the space of 4 days might not be something that the Aston Villa players are ready for, but at the same time, the fact they've already played a competitive game means that they might be closer to match competitive fitness than Chelsea are right now. So we don't really know if it's a benefit or a disadvantage to Chelsea that Aston Villa have already played against Sheffield United. So Aston Villa played with a 4-3-3 against Sheffield United, who played with a 3-5-2 formation. Aston Villa went quite aggressive, didn't work out, they didn't score a goal, but I expect them to be, despite being the home side, a little bit more reserved in this game against Chelsea. We've seen this season, when Chelsea have gone away from home, they do play a much more expressive style of football, because when teams go to Stamford Bridge, the idea is to park the bus as much as they possibly can, try and catch Chelsea on the counter-attack, and we've seen this season that Chelsea have been susceptible to losing games at Stamford Bridge, more so than we have away from home, where the onus is on the home team to entertain the fans. There's not going to be any fans in the stadium, so the home advantage doesn't really count, but when teams are playing at home, they try to use that advantage to be a lot more expressive. I don't think, with no fans in the stadium, that Aston Villa are going to go for that approach against Chelsea. They'll see what's happened this season to teams like Southampton, Wolves. Chelsea have gone there and scored a lot of goals and won the games quite convincingly. Aston Villa won't want that to happen, so I think that they might go for a slightly more defence-minded approach for the game against Chelsea. But the thing that you guys want to know, what is my starting 11 for Chelsea away at Aston Villa? Now, the first one, this man, I said it in my top 5 players to watch out for between now and the end of the season. Kepa has got a big 9 games ahead. I think that despite Chelsea supposedly looking at more attacking-minded players so far, with the transfer gossip and rumours that we've seen and the signing of Werner and Ziyech, Kepa is not 100% assured of his place. If he carries on the form we've seen this season, there's been big moments, there's been big saves, there's been good performances from Kepa, but not on a consistent enough basis to warrant a 70 million plus transfer fee. So Kepa's obviously the number 1 keeper. He's going to start this game against Aston Villa. There's no injury worries there to even consider, and I think that Kepa needs a really strong end to the season to guarantee to be Chelsea Chelsea's #1 for next season. I definitely think in terms of the pendulum and the shift, he's doing a lot better in terms of being guaranteed than he is not. I think Chelsea are going to give him the chance. He spent enough money on him to do so. Kepa is in goal. We then move in to a back four. And I've gone with Reece James as the right back. I think we've looked at him in training. He's looked good in training. And I think that when we saw him play in a Chelsea shirt, when he broke into the team, Reece James was starting to really get a feel for things. I want to see that he improves his defensive work rate. I think sometimes when the ball is put into the box, he's not always positionally as aware in a defensive state as I'd like him to be. Aston Villa, they do like to put crosses into the box. They do like to run with their wingers at the fullbacks. So I do think that Reece James is going to need to be on his defensive A game, but we also know he's got that ability to put in a wicked cross into the box. And I think between now and the end of the season, we're going to see Reece James's assist statistics improve quite dramatically. Improve. I just can't speak properly today. So we move across from the right back position with Reece James. The left back role is something that has been a bit of a tormenting experience for me to try and think about what I would like to see. I would personally like to see Azpilicueta as Chelsea's captain play in the left back position for this game. I think he will, but you look at what Marcus Alonso brings, you look at what Emerson could potentially bring as well. Alonso supposedly on his way out to Newcastle. So I think that Frank Lampard will go with Azpilicueta in this game. I think that the ability that Reece James has on the right-hand side, it's too difficult to ignore him. Azpilicueta, we know, is a very good one-on-one defender. Being able to defend, which is, I guess, the primary reason for having a defender in your team, Azpilicueta is a better defender, in my opinion, than both Alonso and Emerson. So for that reason, we're sticking Azpilicueta on the left. Chelsea's captain, it'll be good to see him back with the armband. The centre-back pairing is another one that is very interesting indeed. Andreas Christensen, I said it before we actually had the break in football. I think that Christensen was one of our best centre-backs in the games leading up to the coronavirus. So I think Christensen will start, and I think he'll start alongside Kurt Zouma. We saw that Rudiger broke back into the team. He got those 2 goals against Leicester, but I think Zouma will be the one that we go for in this one. He's just a bit bigger, and Aston Villa have got some big players from set pieces, as we've already mentioned. I think it'll be Zouma and Christensen, but realistically, it could be any combination of the Chelsea centre-halves for this game. All 4 of them, they know that there's probably going to be interest with Chelsea in a centre-back to lead the line for next season, so whoever's given the chance is going to need to perform, show leadership qualities, and command the back line. So that's the back line. That's the defence. We've got Kepa in goal and those 4 in front of him, as you can see on the screen. I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1 for this game. I literally just changed my mind as I was thinking about it. I've got 2 formations in my head. Could be a 4-3-3, but I'm going to go with a 4-2-3-1. And I think you guys are going to be quite excited by what I've chosen. As always, let me know in the comments down below what your starting lineup would be for this game. But I'm going to go with a pivot of N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic. I would like to see Billy Gilmour play. I think he might be on the bench for this one. If we do play with 3 in the middle, we could see Billy Gilmour play. But I think Kante, now that he's looking like he's fully fit again, Kante and Kovacic to start in the pivot for me, with Billy Gilmour 100% ready to come off the bench. We then move forward into the 3 behind Tammy Abraham as a striker. We'll leave Tammy on the screen for the graphic for now. We all know that he's going to be Chelsea's main man up front until Timo Werner comes in. Then it will start to get competitive and, of course, a little bit interesting. So playing on the left-hand side of this attack, we are going with Christian Pulisic. I think that we'll see Christian Pulisic and Ruben Loftus-Cheek as the number 10. I think we'll see these 2 interchange quite a lot. One of Pulisic's greatest attributes is his ability to come in from that left-hand side to create central spaces, often playing as a second striker or as a number 10. We've heard that Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been training as a winger in training because Pedro obviously isn't going to be playing. Even though Pedro is still contracted to Chelsea right now, I don't think he'll feature in this game against Aston Villa as a result of all of these things going on about him not extending or wanting the move to Roma and not wanting to sign extensions because he's worried. It's all a bit blah, 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 to be honest. Don't think Pedro's going to feature in this one for that reason. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes in the number 10 position. Even though we've still not seen the flipping highlights from the 7-1 win against QPR, the 2 goals that Ruben scored, I think are going to put him into the first team for this game. Again, no disrespect to Mason Mount. Some people, for some reason, think I've got a little agenda against Mason. They think that I pick on him a little bit too much. I know that he's very, very good, and I know that he's got a huge future at the club. But Ruben coming back into things, I think his physicality will be big in this one. He's going to be playing as the number 10, but the actual number 10 is going to be Willian on the right-hand side of Chelsea's midfield. There's still a lot of uncertainty about Willian's future, but at this moment in time, we can't get too clouded about transfers in and transfers out, because the most important thing for Chelsea right now, the top priority, is winning football matches on the field for the season that we've currently got, to finish in the best position that we can. And I think Willian, despite all of the stuff going on off the field, I think Willian has still got a lot to offer this Chelsea team. Maybe we could see Ruben on the right-hand side. I don't think we will, but we could see Ruben on the right with Pulisic on the left, Mason in the middle. And what that could create is the ability for all of these players to play in different positions across that front three behind Tammy. And I think it could be a very dynamic move if Lampard was to go with Pulisic, Ruben and Mason Mount in the same side behind Tammy Abraham. I think he will go for Willian as it's a bit more of an assured selection. The two selections that are interchanging on the screen now I think are very likely from Frank Lampard's Chelsea for this game against Aston Villa, and I said it in my Premier League Game Week 30 predictions. I think that Chelsea have got enough to win this one. I think it will be, I said to my friends last night, I said it will be Villa 1, Chelsea 5. That's incredibly optimistic, and that was because I had a couple of Negronis in my hand, and I was excited about the signing of Timo Werner. But realistically, Aston Villa defended very well against Sheffield United, and I do think it will be a tough game, and it might be difficult to break them down. So my prediction's going to be Villa 1, I think they'll score, Chelsea 3, although 5-1, 3-1. I'm just going to call it 3-1. So yeah, I couldn't be any more excited for this game. It's been so long since we saw Chelsea run out on the pitch. Aston Villa away on Sunday. I hope to see you guys here for the live stream on the George Benson football channel. We're going to do a watch along. We're going to react to the selection. We're going to react to everything that happens in the game. Going to do a little bit of commentary as well. Maybe have a couple of beers on the stream with you guys as well. So be prepared for that one. There's going to be another video out tomorrow, of course. And then on the day of the game, I might be releasing another video too. If not, it will just be the live stream. And then, of course, 6 things we learned out straight after as well. So that will be the video that goes out on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching this one. If you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, the football is back. So you're going to want to subscribe because there's going to be lots of content coming your way with transfer news, Chelsea reviews, previews, discussions. You know the drill. Let me know your starting lineup in the comments, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye-bye.